Are you serious? Are you serious, folks? There's some terrible things happening in Iraq right now. Absolutely atrocities of biblical proportions as the radical ISIS, of course, the Islamic State of Iraq, and also the Islamic State of Syria, has moved in and really is just sabotaging the northern part of Iraq. And so there's images coming forth. I've seen several horrific murderings, mass killings. Hundreds of civilians are being executed as this radical Sunni group, ISIS, continues its assault upon the Iraqi people. And there's not any resistance. The government's well-trained billions of dollars that the United States put into training Iraqi soldiers have just taken off their uniforms, laid down their guns, and have left. No resistance to fight, because their faith in Allah is greater than their love for their fellow man. Let's see if I can say that again. Their faith in Allah is greater than their love for their fellow man. Now, of course, while this is all going on, the oil fields are being threatened in a major way. And this was the main reason that President George W. Bush sent U.S. troops to Iraq in the first place. When he knew there was going to be a global war on terror, the first thing he realized he needed to do was to secure the oil fields of Iraq, to remove Saddam Hussein, and to try to keep a stable economy while he worked on the Taliban and other radical Islamic groups. But with the deadline set by Obama that American soldiers would be out, basically just broadcasting to the world, this is the day we're leaving, so if you're planning anything, why don't you wait till we're gone? This situation is definitely spiraling out of control. I understand that 550 United States Marines are on the ground, but they're just trying to figure out how they can help evacuate about 500 U.S. There's two reports. One is 500 U.S. Contractors, and another one says there's around a little more than 100 U.S. contractors. We know that there's well over 100 U.S. Embassy staff employees that are stranded. The airport's already been taken over. There's just nowhere for these folks to go unless the U.S. Marines can get in there and evacuate them. There's nowhere to go. The danger of more executions is not possible. It is prevalent, it is probable, and it is happening. And as the radical Sunnis continue their assault upon the civilian population, especially the Shiite Muslims, and anyone that was a friend to the Americans, and anybody that claims to be a Christian, will certainly pay the ultimate price, according to the Islamic State of Iraq and the Islamic State of Syria, which is also known as ISIS. This is a traumatic situation developing. Are you serious? And I'm very concerned. I'm extremely concerned. Now, the Americans are already worried about their pocketbook because the price of crude oil is going to soar. There's no question about it. They don't even have to have a bunch of wells on fire for this to happen. Just the imminent threat, the fact that they can't get one truck out of there right now headed toward the U.S. They're not going to be there because all lines of communications, all transportation, the borders are being, all roads leading out of Iraq are going to be filled with ambushes of radical jihadists. So it is a horrific scene. It's happening as we speak. Please pray for the people of Iraq. Pray for the United States Embassy staff. Pray for the U.S. contractors. Pray for everyone that's having a terrible situation in Iraq. I'm Pastor Begley. I'll be back in a few moments.